How long has it been? How long? After what seems like an eternity, the endlessly memed, wildly underpowered, unpopular Aeon Exotic armor set is getting buffed. Just when you thought 2021 couldn't get more weird. Here we are. So we all know that the Aeon Gloves are bad. They're terrible, their effects are weak, nobody uses them, nobody likes them. And yet, if you're anything like me, you will get god-rolled versions of them every single time you see them drop in terms of stat distribution. I don't know what's going on that I'm getting 17 god-roll Aeon Gloves. I think it's a conspiracy personally, but, you know, they're getting buffed now, so at least we can put those stat rolls to work. The goal for the Aeons is to have role-based mechanics that reward you and your teammates for doing those roles and to incentivize using all of the gloves across your entire team. So instead of trying to write out a paragraph of text to rival some Twitch spam copy pastas, they've broken up these roles into 3 mods that you will equip into the gloves. I assume free of charge, and I assume without taking up a mod slot for other normal mods, but we will find out about that soon. The mods are not dependent on your class. Any class can equip any mod. The goal is to have one person on each to maximize the benefits of all of them. Sect of Force is... Why is the picture so small? Let me just... Okay, there we go. Rapid precision hits with a weapon temporarily increase your reload speed and weapon swap speed. Just sounds like a beefed up version of rapid hit, but it works with any weapon, which isn't terrible. The second bonus is when you stun a champion or defeat a boss or mini boss, your nearby fire team members gain a burst of grenade and melee energy. Aeon Cult allies who do not have the force role equipped also gain a burst of super energy. Alright, well, there do be a lot of champions in the game in higher end activities, specifically Nightfalls. Let's look at the other 2. Sect of Insight, successive precision weapon takedowns have a chance to drop an orb of power for your allies. Essentially, we have a your weapon is masterworked, sorta type situation here. The other bonus, when you use a finisher on an elite, champions are considered elites as far as I know, you generate special ammo for your fire team. When you use a finisher on a boss or mini boss, you generate heavy ammo. Nearby Aeon allies not using the insight roll also gain a bonus to weapon damage for a short time. Sect of Vigor. Gain class ability energy as your allies die. Gain full class energy when you resurrect an ally. Not the hugest fan of perks that rely on your teammates dying, but odds are if you're running Master or GM Nightfalls, you're probably going to have some deaths. The other perk is when you cast your super, nearby allies gain an instant burst of healing, with Aeon allies getting an overshield. Wow. While we're here, Exotic Catalysts for Bad Juju, Izanagi's Burden, Sleeper, Huckleberry, Worldline, Polaris Lance, Telesto, Acreus, and Skyburner's Oath have had their drop sources and objectives updated to not be associated with vaulted content. However, Whisper and Outbreak's catalysts are still unobtainable and will be added in a future patch. Season 13's pursuit weapon is Salvager's Salvo, a breach-loaded grenade launcher, and will work the same way that Adored did in Season 12. You get the weapon, and then there are 3 ornaments that you can get for it by playing Crucible, Gambit, and or Strikes. No, I am not anticipating this to be Mountaintop 2.0, and I'll explain later in the video. Let's talk about it! Aeon Exotics. They are buffed. They're massively, massively buffed. And 2 of the 3 of them are very, very good. Vigor is not as good, at least for PvE, definitely more PvP vibes, but you'll still probably want someone to wear it so that everyone gets all the bonuses. And again, let's face it, someone's probably going to die in a Nightfall. I really want to see what certain durations are going to be and how much energy we'll be gaining and all of that before really passing judgment. But these buffs on paper seem pretty nuts. Although they don't get me the most excited because we've seen some of these functions before. Special ammo finisher exists, you know? I also don't know how much I would really use these by themselves, like if I was playing solo, but they're not really designed for that anyway, so that's kind of irrelevant in my opinion. In case you wanted to have an argument about that, I don't know why you would, but if you did, that's my retort. They don't get me the most excited because excess amounts of super energy and special ammo aren't really that difficult to come by in the game right now, which I believe to be the main appeals of the bonuses listed here. I'm excited that they're getting buffed, you know, it's long overdue, but otherwise, I have access to those things already without the use of an exotic. Ability energy is also not the hardest to come by either. Like, let's face it, if you're already plowing through GM Nightfalls, another way of obtaining special ammo or super energy isn't really a make or break situation for you. If you're not plowing through GM Nightfalls, well, you already have access to special ammo finisher, or at least access to getting the mod, and odds are you probably have a Phoenix Protocol at your disposal, or someone in your team does, along with a couple of masterworked weapons. So you're always going to have someone with a ton of super energy. If all 3 players in your team wear Special Ammo Finder, you just rotate the people who do the finisher. You never have to care about your super energy as a team when it comes to Special Ammo Finisher, and as a result, you never have to care about Special Ammo Economy either. Special Finisher is also really cheap in terms of mod energy costs. You rarely have to break up a build in order to use it. Season 12 also featured a mod that gave heavy ammo on champion kill with a finisher, which made things really easy, but that's not going to be around all the time. Now, we don't know how much super energy Sect of Force is going to give you just yet, but I am going to assume that it'll have some sort of internal cooldown or diminishing return timers, because otherwise you could just farm champion stuns for super energy. Outside of GM though, I guess you don't really need to do that. I don't think things get that difficult that you need to drop a super every other pull. I know I'm using the GM Nightfall as the bar here, but GM is one of the only places in the game where I feel like your loadout and your build and your armor decisions actually matter to some degree. What are our opportunity costs when using Aeon as a group versus 3 individual exotics? I'm just going to assume that you're running one of each class, just for argument's sake. Well, I don't feel like Titan has a 100%, stone cold lock of the century of the week kind of exotic. I use Saint 14 as a super safe option, but even that effect is barely used, although when it is used, it's fantastic. Warlocks obviously have Phoenix Protocol, and combining Protocol with Special Ammo Finisher does a lot of work. Hunter's 6th Coyote is also very good. Double Dodge can allow for some good utility, especially with 100 mobility. But again, I would argue that if you are already going through GMs without a ton of trouble, you'll probably just stick to what's been working unless Aeon happens to go above and beyond expectations. I know it seems like I'm hating on this buff a lot. I'm really not trying to sound like that because this is one of the biggest leaps in power we have seen something get in a while. And I am also completely disregarding PvP and the potential power of Sect of Vigor, although the other 2 mods are very aggressively directed towards PvE content, so we'll see what happens there. Multiple avenues to the same effect is not a bad thing. Options are good. I do wonder about any potential ulterior motives, though. Maybe this is Bungie's way of easing people into a special ammo finisher nerf. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate too hard in that direction. But for now, enjoy the ammo, enjoy the super energy, and hopefully these are better than I think they will be, which is already very good, at least on paper. Anyway, in case you haven't noticed, I am reading a TWAB. Catalysts returning to the game. That's good. No problems with that at all. I don't know where they're going to be earned from or anything just yet, though. No idea where they're going to be dropping. Finally, the grenade launcher, Salvager's Salvo. I'll just say that I'm personally not really excited to have a grenade launcher be the pursuit weapon after experiencing what I would call an obnoxious amount of grenade launchers in the Crucible recently, but I don't think we see another Mountaintop situation. I don't think we see Mountaintop 2.0, given how these pursuit weapons have shifted in their strength and how they are built. This will probably come with some good perk options on it, but in terms of a Mountaintop situation, I don't think we're seeing micro missile on this thing. You know, this gun might be annoying. It's probably not going to be Mountaintop, though. I make this call based on Adored and other ritual weapons that we've gotten since the shift from stuff like Recluse, Not Forgotten, and Mountaintop. Also, the irony, the sweet irony of a Trials sword being introduced in Season 13 when one of the main complaints about Trials is being able to take out an empty sword to look around corners. Delicious. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time.